For all you folks out there who are OnePlus fans, today we've got another device that has recently come into the Canadian market. It's the OnePlus 8T. Okay, so you might remember the OnePlus 8 Pro, and that still is their premium flagship model. But the OnePlus 8T is the most recent model that's come into Canada, and it's kind of what they're calling the mid-range. But let's just go through the features of what you're getting. So right off the bat, one of the things I found interesting is they moved away from that bleed over screen style that you might see on the OnePlus 8 Pro. It kind of bleeds over the screen there, and they've gone more to that flat style, which I think the flat screen is what we're probably going to see being the dominant screen even in the premium phones as we move forward, because let's face it, Apple often paves the way in that regard, and the Apple 12, the most recent iPhone release, is definitely that flat screen style. You're getting a lot of power into this thing. It's got the Snapdragon 865 processor, so it is blazing fast. It's also got the AMOLED screen on it, so it's got a 120 hertz screen on it, which is incredible for graphics, really quick as you're navigating different apps and things like that. Take a look at the back here. It's got the quad camera system, and I do want to do a little comparison just again to that 8 Pro. You can see that they've changed the way that they're stacking their cameras. And again, this camera bank, this square camera bank, seems to be the sort of more popular style that people are looking for, and it's got the great cameras that are built into it in that T model. One of the things that I was surprised that they did do in this mid-range phone is they took out the wireless charging. So it actually does not have the wireless charging that the 8 Pro does have. And for me, that's a difficult thing. Like, I really do like the accessories that have come out for wireless charging right now, which makes it an important thing that I look for, especially if I'm sort of spending in that ballpark of around $800. What they did built into it, though, was Warp Charge 65. This is one of the fastest charging phones that I personally have ever seen. You can take this thing from basically dead and plug it in, and honestly, within 5 minutes, you can get almost 40% of your phone charge back. It's unbelievable how quick they're able to power up these phones. It actually makes me a little bit nervous how fast they're sending energy into these things these days. But nevertheless, that's great, because we need quick charging, and we need to be able to do that fast so that we have a phone that will, if we're using it as our daily phone, to be able to get us through that entire day. A couple other things that I thought were cool about the device is the size of it. You can see, compared to the Pro, it's a slightly smaller size. And you know, this whole move towards like giant phones, for me, is just getting like too difficult to deal with. I like the fact that there's this little bit of a smaller profile that for me is easier to fit into my pocket. It's a beautiful design. They never skimp out on that beautiful design and look and color. You can see the colors here. Very cool. I can't even tell you what that is. It's sort of like a gray or a silvery. And you can see they got the notch back into there as well. Just why do you need to put the wireless charging in it? That's all I ask for. Nevertheless, I'll try it out for a few weeks, and I'll see if we can tell you more about it in a blog article.